solid shout out and thank you to our sponsors who help us bring these events to you with no cover. 5150 Vapes, Red Run Cannabis Company, Kelly Connect for the super discount on the flyer, the band Void, you should actually check out Void. They are a local band, they're super dope, and they worked on the flyer for me, and of course you should listen to my podcast where I talk about weird shit with weird people. Alright. So, your headliner tonight is Sabrina Speers. Sabrina Speers is the 2021 Anchorage Press Comedian of the Year. This is not her first time at Parker's. However, she is also the lady that picked your comedians to come down and entertain you tonight. So, if you had a good time tonight, if you enjoyed, if you laughed your ass off, please, 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 just in recognition of that alone, put your hands together for the one and only Sabrina Speers.
Fuck you, Bill, I'm not crying. Fucking trying to put a comedian up here and be like, I love you. I don't need validation right now, that's what you fuckers are for. Like, I don't know what to do with myself anymore. No, this did happen to me a few weeks ago. I walked into work and I kind of spoiled the joke, but fuck it. So there was a note on my desk and it said, Sabrina, you are pretty, you are smart, and people like you. I didn't know what to do with that, guys. It was weird. It was like this feeling in my stomach. I like moved up and down. I went on WebMD and that's when I found out what validation felt like. Yeah, turns out I'm not dying. This is what good feels like. Who fucking knew? Who fucking knew? Yeah, so no, it is great to be back here at Four Royals. This is like so much fun for me. I loved coming down here. I love bringing all my friends. Like seriously, Justin, Mick, Eric, like Maggie, give them all a hand, guys. There's a reason you're still here. I know, it's fine. It's totally fine. For those of you who don't know, I will address the elephant in the room. Regardless of how I look, in this haircut, I am not gay. I just gotta put it out there, you know, it helps everybody. It helps me, it helps everybody else. I mean, if you know me, you know, I try to advertise in other ways. That's why I always have the hoops, you know, because I used to say, the bigger the hoops, the bigger the hoe. But I've been working really hard on putting more positivity into my life. You know, like, it's not about what people say, it's how I perceive it and how I take things. For instance, I was doing a show in Wasilla and I was walking up to the door, and as I was getting to the venue, you know, I see somebody walking towards the door, dude with a baby carrier on one arm and a toddler behind him, and I do what I feel like, I mean, I've been in that position, what are you gonna do? You're gonna hold the door, you know? And so I open the door for him, and he looks up at me, and I don't know about you guys, but like, I expect certain words. You know, there's certain things that you expect to fall out of somebody's mouth. You don't know exactly how it's gonna come out, but there's certain things you expect. I did not expect him to look up at me and say, whoa, those are some glasses. I said, thank you. Thank you. You noticed. And then his little toddler walks out behind him. I'm like, I don't know, maybe manners skipped a generation. You know, we'll see what happens here. Maybe he watches enough of the children's television shows. He knows what to say. And he looks at me and says, whoa, your earrings are really, really big. I said, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for noticing. No, but I've been working on the perception, you know, like it's not how you say it, it's how I take it. I've been working on removing a lot of the toxic, you know, influences in my life, like men. And the problem with that, well, there's a couple of problems with that. First of all, we'll address the fact that we live in Alaska. I don't know about anybody here, but I don't pack away my winter shit, right? Because you might need long johns, you might go camping in the mountains, who knows, it snowed in July, like, things have happened. You leave that shit, but you pack your summer stuff away. Because that shit's depressing as fuck to look at for 8 months out of the year, right? And so when I'm doing the switch out, I realize I'm coming up on flannel season. If I don't advertise right, I'm not getting laid for a few months. So I gotta figure out how to work that. The other side of that, though, is once you finally start removing toxic influences from your life and toxic relationships, like you remove one, you find another, right? So I thought I was good. I thought I had done everything that I needed to, and then my car was like, fuck you, I got this. Anybody else have a car that gaslights them? So a few months ago I was moving, And in the midst of this crazy ass move, my car decided, because price of gas being what it was, wanted to save me some money. Instead of when I went to the gas station to fill it up, it would spew gas back out at me. Yeah, ruined my Skechers. I'm so glad you guys caught that. It's really it's a problem, because like my car is entering its second decade, you know. So I fixed that shit. It now accepts gas, which is how I made it down here. Thank you very much. But when you have a vehicle that's like entering its second decade, it's when the service engine light goes off, you're like, okay, I'm gonna fix this shit. It's gonna be fine, right? And then it's just a matter of waiting. It's not so much relief when it goes off. It's more just like apprehension. When are you gonna fuck up next? How's this gonna work out? Well, like I say, my car's been gaslighting me because I recently came down to Salmon Fest. I don't know if you guys were there. I did a lot of drugs and it was amazing. But I left my car at my friend's house and I came down in a motorhome. And when I got back, bitch was mad at me for leaving her for the weekend. Yeah, so she made sure I knew, because I got in the car, I started driving home and she was like, over 1,500 RPMs or 30 miles an hour, I will die. Yeah, I lived 5 miles away, it took me half an hour, it was amazing. It was amazing. So I get this shit fixed, right? And I'm like, okay, service engine light off, car running fine, we're gonna be okay. Ever have that feeling like when your service engine light hasn't gone off for a minute, like maybe the bulb's burnt out and I gotta replace that because maybe something's wrong and I just don't know? Because that's the level of paranoia I have. And I feel like the worst part is if it's gonna happen again, it's never gonna be in a good spot, right? Yeah, for me it was mile 85 of the Glen Highway, north out of Anchorage. I don't know if you've been through there, but there is no cell reception. It is not a fun road to drive. So I actually, for my custody switch out, which is a whole separate story, I meet my ex at mile 106. So I'm like, if I can just limp it there, at least I know there's going to be somebody who can call somebody when they get to reception, we'll be okay. Get there, check everything, like it should be fine. I'm going to get back home, I'll text you when I get there. Send this, send the search party if I don't make it. And so the next day, like, obviously, like I get back, my car is fucked up, what am I going to do? Go to the bar. And when I had a couple drinks, I was like, you have problems with your significant other, what do? You go to the bar. You have a couple of drinks, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I did, and then I went home. I was like, all right, tomorrow we're getting you help. Tomorrow we're gonna get some counseling, find out what's wrong. So I left work that night, halfway to the car store so they could read my codes. Fucking shit went off, everything started running fine. Just like my ex going to therapy. Yeah. So if you guys don't hear from me by Monday, check the Seward Highway. Just saying. No, but it's again, speaking positivity. I'm looking at things a lot differently than I used to. Like I said, I used to be like, the bigger the hoops, the bigger the hoe, hey. But I've realized recently it's more of, my body is a temple. I'm just accepting multiple worshipers. People come from all over, new supplicants all the time. I'm just saying. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun, though. Shit, I can't read what I was writing. So, my life has changed recently. I've had a few different things going on. My kid decided to move out. Yeah, it's weird, right? Yeah, it's really weird for me because I don't know what anybody here have kids, know what it's like to deal with kids. Have you seen a child before? But it's a weird relationship that you have with kids. It's like when you decide that you're actually going to keep it and raise it, you're like, okay, so basically what you're doing to yourself is signing yourself up for a voluntary 18-year sentence, right? You're like, all right, this is what I'm going to do. The problem is when I entered into this problem and I decided to keep the child, I thought I was going to be like on a chain gang, Like there was going to be support there. Turns out he had more of like a carabiner where I had the full ceiling. So he just like unflipped and dipped. It's an issue. It's an issue being a single parent. Like you have a completely different frame of reference for life and your time and your energies, So he's 16 and he decided he wanted to go and live with his dad, and I was like, okay, this is going to be interesting. I didn't expect it to hit me so hard until I saw the back to school sales. And all my friends were like so excited, it's back to school, I gotta do the shopping, and I was super sad. And then I realized I was looking at everything wrong, because if this is an 18-year sentence, like think about it. I have to go to a job. But first I gotta take this little prisoner and check him in and out of a halfway house. So I can go work for this person. So I can pay for their care and their upkeep. And by the way, if you're late to daycare or their halfway house, they still charge you, just like it's a failure to remand. If you're laughing, I love you, because not a lot of people get it. But I do feel like it's almost like you're a permanent third party. Right? But you also, if you want to get out of the house, you gotta find an alternate third party. And that's a whole different vetting process than like, yeah. So it's really hard. And so I started thinking about it. I was like, what am I so upset about with this back to school thing? Because like he's 16, I'm missing out the last 2 years of school. I don't have to buy clothes for somebody else. I don't have to buy school supplies for all the other kids. Oh my God, did you guys see my food bill last week? It's so small. All I do is drink and eat ice cream. This is amazing. I can afford this shit. Okay, so we're gonna be positive about this. Out of my 18-year sentence, I guess I just got off like 2 years early for good behavior. Yeah. If you guys have been here before, you know I'm not that well behaved. So I guess I'm off paper, you should watch out. We're gonna have some fun tonight. We're gonna have some fun. No, it's been weird. It's been weird, like getting used to the whole thing with the kid being gone. I don't know, some of you might have heard this one before. I do have an issue with the way that the women have been treated over time. I don't know if you can tell by my haircut or the way I've been talking, but I do take issue with the patriarchy. Yeah, just a little bit. Just a little bit. I have a lot of people ask me if I start talking about my kid and how old he is, and they're like, how old are you? How old are you? What's the right answer, ladies? 29. Oh, fuck off. That's my new favorite also. But I'm a little proud of myself because we were told forever, like as women, we were told we needed like snatch youth, right? Stay young, you hit 29, you gotta be 29 forever. Like you have, men, they can get older, they can have gray in their beards, they can be distinguished. We have to stay young, stay fresh, right? You're a kid, you're watching the TV, and all of a sudden in the middle of your tween shows, there's like, hey, you're gonna be getting acne. Check out this cleanser and moisturizer. It'll keep you from scarring, make sure you're nice and fresh, and you stay young. And you're fucking 12, right? And then it changes, you hit your 20s, and they're like, oh, all right, worst is over, so they say. We have this moisturizer for you because we're gonna prevent wrinkles, we're gonna prevent aging because you need to stay young, right? You hit your 30s and they're like, okay, listen, bitch. Not so much, like we got a little bit of repair to do, like put your glasses on a little bit more, like stop squinting, but mostly, still preventative. Here's a different moisturizer, try it out. You hit your 40s and they're like, all right, fuck bitch. Stop laughing so much, put your fucking glasses on, and by the way, we have a line of moisturizers for you, okay? We have day cream, we have night cream, we have spot cream, we have neck cream, we have serums. Moisturize. So many serums. So many serums. Like every little inch of your face needs a different serum, right? Eye serum, cheek serum, lip serum. Get me fucking started. Because we're supposed to stay young, right? We're supposed to be 29, that's what you do. I was one of those bitches. I was gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna be 29 forever. I vividly remember when everything changed. It was right about 6th anniversary of my 29th birthday. Yes, this is a massively complicated word problem, and if you do the math, you get the answer at the end, I promise. So I go to the bar with my girlfriends, right? They're like, it's her birthday, we're gonna buy her drinks. I'm like, sweet. Bartender looks at me and goes, oh, how old are you? I said, 29. Got a different response that year, guys. That year he looked at me and went, huh. Not sure if you guys heard what I heard in that, so I'm gonna translate, but the bartender said, huh. And what I heard was, okay, Maybe she made some bad choices. Maybe she drinks a little too much. Maybe she just needs to moisturize. So I was smoking weed with some friends later, and I was bitching about the fact that it's not fair. The men can age gracefully and distinguished, and women, we have to stay young. It's not fair. How am I supposed to pass for 29 when I'm 40 and people are gonna be like, damn, that is a hard 29. Like, whoa, that is not a selling point. You know what I'm saying? And the higher I got, the more I realized the answer was in front of me all along. That was the year I added 10 years to my age and I told everyone I was gonna be 46. You know what they said? Your secret. I was like, I mean, it's mostly genetics. I moisturize. So I'm talking to my girlfriends about this later, and I was like, guys, I fucking cracked the code. This is amazing. My girlfriend looks me dead in the face. She's like, I could never fucking do that. I was like, why not? She goes, because I'd be telling people I was 63. I said, damn, I look good for 63. She goes, I could do that. I could do that. So I don't know about anybody else if you smoke weed. But the best part about smoking weed is smoking weed with friends. And when you have a certain group of friends that you always smoke with, there's always one in that circle that never remembers shit. So I came up with this beautiful, wonderful idea. And I started spreading the word of adding, right? Addition is amazing. And we're talking about it. It's a beautiful thing. Fast forward. It's summertime, we're camping, we're smoking, we're drinking around the fire. And it's camping in Alaska. Everyone's cracking jokes, I'm saying shit. I don't even know what I said. It was probably one of the worst dad jokes ever written. To this day, can't remember. I was drunk, I was high. What I do remember was everyone's reaction, because everyone groaned and started giving me shit, except for one girlfriend. She looked at me and said, hey, own that shit. You're gonna be 47 next year. It's like, oh my God, you're right. Like, I am a woman of a certain age, and I can own this shit, and I can say what I want, and I can feel what I want, and you guys are just gonna have to take it, and we all laughed. Except for that one friend. He's this little boy. I say little boy, he was like 25, I don't know. He pulls her aside later, and he was like, wait a minute. So this bitch is gonna be 47? Damn! So, she got money? I don't know about you guys, but I will never be known as what's called a sugar mama. No. What I am is called a Splenda mama. 100% sweet, 0% substance. It's cool. It's cool. No, but it's been weird because being, a single woman of a certain age, there's certain things that I do in my spare time. For instance, when the kid decides to leave for his dad's house, and I know that I have the house to myself, and I want to take a nap. I don't know about any of the other women in here, but I have a little device that helps me motivate for my nap time. And I keep it right in my bedside table drawer. Yeah. The problem with being a woman of a certain age is that my son wanted to get a cat. I didn't really want a cat. Like, I was like, we're not a dog and cat family. Then we moved into this house that had mice, and I was like, we're gonna get a cat. You wanted a cat? It's for you. Not thinking about when he left, where the cat would be. Yeah, cats don't sleep at night, guys. So I realized that I have a new list of chores to take care of when he leaves because he left, and the kitten decided at 2 a.m. to bring me one of her toys. Not one of the quiet ones, not one of those little caged bells that, So I'm laying there, I'm passed the fuck out, and she drops this bell on my chest, and I'm thinking like something's going on, obviously. Like fire alarms, but it's just a little fucking bell. I wake up, I'm like, what the fuck? The cat runs off, and I'm like, no, we're not doing this. I reach over and I drop that ball in my bedside table drawer, I close the drawer, and I don't think anything of it. until Saturday, when nobody was home, and I wanted to take a nap. And I reach over and I open that drawer, and that little ball goes ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. And I haven't had a cat that long again, and I forgot they don't make noise like dogs do, so I thought I could listen and hear if she was coming or not. I didn't hear anything, and I was like, I'm safe, so I proceeded to motivate myself for my nap. And all of a sudden, I have this cat on my chest, looking at me very perplexed. And all I can hear in my head is her saying, Mommy, why are you purring? I don't know if you guys caught from what I was saying earlier, but I smoke a lot of weed.
Me too.
It's a great thing to do. I'm just saying, spare time, not spare time, whenever you can. It's my favorite. But I have this firm belief that if you are high enough, your animals understand you. Right? You can have a full-on conversation with them. Yeah. So, sorry, I'm having a moment.